Hey, welcome back to Desert Dynasty, man. It's the season finale. Sefa, Adam, Rick, we're all here to bring you some hot takes, some heated debates, and most importantly, freaking Arizona Cardinals talk, all right? So, Jonathan Gannon, he's gone. The Arizona Cardinals lost 14 games, the most we've ever fucking done, and we're still here. We're alive. We're thriving, all right? Because all we got here in Arizona is hope. And that's what I'm giving y'all. You listeners, tune in and welcome back. I'm so happy to have all y'all here. Thank you so much. Rick, Adam, take it away.
Man, there's nothing to talk about except for Gannon's out, and we got new coaching prospects coming left and right in our heads. It's a proud time to be a Cardinal fan. It's sad to see a grown man lose his job. We love you, Gannon, and we love your family. Hopefully you can find, a good future with someone else. But it's a proud time to be a fan because actually Michael Bidwell is listening to the fan and saying, hey, I understand you guys don't want wins and losses. I really love the coach, but we need wins more. And with this boat race of an NFC West, we have to keep up with this arms race because you got McDonald, you got freaking San Francisco and they're Shanahan, and you got McVay the legend. And there's no way that Gannon was going to keep up. So yeah, we got so much to talk about this week, and we're so excited because this is a season finale, and we want everyone to just feel how excited we are about this offseason and how we can change.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, super excited. Hoping this is a pivotal turning point for our franchise. There's a lot, Harbaugh, to mention one, there's a lot of coaches who can redefine what our culture is, what Gannon tried to do but kind of failed at, especially going into this third year. And our team, we're 2-3 pieces away from being easily a playoff team. Now, we need the right coach in place, and it's going to be an exciting offseason. Already starting out with some coaching candidates coming up, but I'm excited for our future. So
yeah, Adam, how did you feel about because we heard about this yesterday? How did you feel about when Coach Gannon was actually fired
I was so hyped.
Monday?
I was so hyped. Sefa put it in the chat. Gannon's fired. I was like, thank you, God. I told Atticus, that he doesn't even know that much about football, but he knows that our coach sucked. He's like, thank goodness he sucked. I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
Dude, I was hyped. Yeah, and I even have my mother-in-law texting me, which she doesn't care about sports. She's like, Sefa, this is in your wheelhouse. I was like, yeah, I knew about that like a year ago. Shout out to Pam if you're listening.
Probably found out from the news or something.
Oh, heck yeah. But, man, I'm so hyped, bro. Again, thank you guys for being here, and listeners, we really appreciate y'all, especially when you're listening to our long form content. I know our short form content, as in YouTube Shorts and our Reels, they usually get a lot of views. But for y'all that are tuning into our actual podcast, man, shout out to y'all. And we love to show love to you. So currently, right now, we are doing at the beginning of our episodes, we're going to continue this in next season. But new subscribers and comments, whenever you guys do comment on our stuff, we're going to shout you out. Hayden Sandman, thank you for commenting on our latest reel on YouTube. He said, I was hoping you guys would want him too. Do you think Bidwell will pay the man what he's worth? And he's referencing John Harbaugh. So we obviously want him here in Arizona, and that's something we're going to talk about big today. But thank you for that comment. And yeah, I don't know if Bidwell is going to be able to pay the man, but he should. If you want to invest in your franchise as the owner, put in whatever, give him a blank check and tell him what he wants and bring him to Arizona.
Well, this gives me a scary, similar resemblance of when Andy Reid was fired, right? It's like this legendary caliber of a coach is let go. You have to figure out a way to scoop him up before someone else does. And all 6 teams, within hours of the firing notification, inquired of his coaching. Yeah. So he's already the hot, commodity right now.
And we have a recent example as well. Andy Reid was one when he went from the Eagles to the Chiefs, but Sean Payton, when he came back in the league, he came to the Broncos and one season where Russell Wilson said, hey, this guy's ass
isn't working. Yep.
Get rid of him. You drafted Nix, And I mean, look at him now. You surrounded him with a great defense. He already had a good offensive line. And then, I mean, they're in
One
the
seed in the
playoffs
AFC, number one.
year in and year out. Yeah. I mean, even when the offense isn't flowing, the defense picks them up. They play complementary football. And that's what legendary coaches bring to each team. That's what Harbaugh always brought. I would love to have Harbaugh here. Pay the man. And if you have an interview with him, do not let him leave.
Hmm.
Exactly. And one little tidbit I want to throw out there, how about it's warm here in the winter. I know you suffered out there in Baltimore. Come
For
out here,
17 years,
relax.
whatever.
You can golf all winter. And in the summer, you're helping with the
AC.
off season. You got the
We got
AC.
indoor.
Like
We
don't
got
even stress.
indoor stadium,
Yeah, we got Scottsdale, got all the shopping you need. Come out, Harbaugh. You're gonna love it.
And you get
But
to handpick your quarterback for the future.
exactly. You get to
So
hand pick him and you get to take the reins over of what I think is a pretty good roster. So
and people are like, "Oh, Jets are picking QB." No, they're not, bro. Jets are like 10 picks away from a good team. They're gonna want to pick trade down. They're gonna want to get some kind of you know different avenue. I don't think they should draft a QB this year. If they do, then yeah, the Cardinals will have the best pick in number 3 because then
hot
we can
take. I
pick
think
whatever.
that the Raiders are gonna draft Dante Moore. That's
Really.
what I really think.
I don't think that's a not so hot take, honestly. I think
He's a great quarterback.
this is maybe I'm not sure. This might be kind of a hint to later, but I think Kingsbury might go to the Raiders
Ooh, and he's gonna take
and
Dante.
he would
Oh,
take Dante Moore. I think that's more of his style of quarterback. So
Yeah. Before we all shift gears to NFL, let's bring up Heat Check. It's a quick little segment we like to talk about here on Desert Dynasty. We bring up Arizona sports that we're interested in, that being the ASU Sun Devils, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and
Sun.
also the Phoenix Suns, right? Um, we're gonna do really quick because we have a lot to talk about. So there's two things I wanted to bring up. It was the Phoenix Suns. We beat the number one ranked team in the Western Conference right now, which is OKC. Devin Booker got a three game winner on them. I think it was on Monday or maybe it was Sunday. One of
what's
the two
today?
days. It's Wednesday.
It was on Sunday,
It was on
and then on
Sunday.
Monday we lost to the
We lost to the
Rockets
Rockets. That's right.
off
So
a game winner from KD.
yeah.
Damn.
But at least we can see that the Suns are definitely have
Contenders.
something, and they're
Yeah,
being competitive, and they have a gritty mindset. And it reminds me of the Detroit Lions when they were gritty and fighting out wins all the time. That's what I
yeah,
feel like the Suns are doing right now, and I love to see it. So,
absolutely. Yeah, no,
mhm,
I completely agree with you. I think the Suns are definitely changing the culture right now. They're going to be a lower seed, but you add one or two pieces of talent to that, and I mean, you see what the Oklahoma City Thunder did. Now they stacked their team for the next 5 years. So
exactly.
And that's what happens when you get teammates that are as selfish, so to
yes,
speak, or superstars, because they're all bought in the same system and they're all going to play hard for each other. And you can
Yeah,
see it. So it's really good
factual.
to see.
exactly. The last thing I want to mention on Heat Check is Arizona State Sun Devils, man. We are killing it in the transfer portal. We've gotten Cutter Boley, he's the quarterback from Kentucky last season. He's not a big splash name right now, but be on the lookout for next season. He's going to be an amazing quarterback for the Sun
Played for
Devils.
SEC.
Played for the
Wow.
SEC,
As
and
a freshman,
he, as a freshman, true freshman, and didn't do bad at all. If you watch his film, I mean, he threw picks, but like he's still a freshman. Like, give him some grace. In the SEC again, so I think he's going to do a great job. And then we also landed a wide receiver from Colorado who's reminding all of the boys of Jordan Tyson. And then also, I believe we got a corner from LSU and a running back from somewhere. I can't remember.
we got a running back from Villanova. We got a running
Villanova.
back from Delaware State.
Yes.
Both of them are big boys, kind of remind me of Scatabo, just a little taller. And
Hmm.
then we got three corners. We got a starting corner. I mean, he was a backup this year, but before he started at LSU, we got
Hmm.
a starting corner from Texas, and we got a starting corner from I want to say Texas A&M. I might be wrong on that.
Which is
So
all great because those are all positions that the I'm sorry, Sun Devils, they're shipping out people to the NFL right now. So you got
yeah,
Keith Abney, obviously Cam Scadaboo,
Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson. All three of those positions are reason why we're attracting all these transfers because
yeah.
they're like, oh, I want to be just like those boys. So
And one thing we didn't mention that a guy that we're going to be retaining, I think it's one of the defensive linemen,
CJ
but
Fight,
mostly the middle linebacker who got hurt this year. Polynesian guy,
Oh,
long hair.
oh yeah, FSIU,
Yeah,
Zyrus.
he got granted an additional year, so
I'm
hopefully he
happy
doesn't
for
hit the
him.
portal and he stays at ASU. That's going to be big for our defense next
That'd be
year.
ginormous. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So a lot of great things to be excited for around the valley, and that leads to freaking Arizona Cardinals, man. I don't know about you boys, but I actually, for the first time all season, am excited about the Cardinals again because we
yeah,
fired Jonathan Gannon.
yeah.
I think the whole fan base was like going towards this offseason. If we retained Gannon, man, we all would have been like, what do we do? I even have my friends, family, all asking stuff, well, what do the Cardinals do? Like if they don't fire Gannon, I told him I don't even know what we would do. So
Yeah.
now that we did fire him, there's a lot of more avenues. I feel more comfortable that the Cardinals have more hope for the future.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, like last week we saw them, and we even talked about it. We're like, "Oh yeah, Gannon's gonna stay. It sucks, but we got to figure out a way to come to terms with it." And that, like Bidwell said, it was an overnight thing. They actually were kind of gonna keep him,
Hmm.
but they kept seeing all these firings, and they're like, "Well, like doesn't look good on us if we keep him." He has like there was a damning fact that was
Statistic.
like that coach Raheem Morris, who got fired from the Falcons, won more games in 2 seasons than Gannon did in 3, and he still got fired. So we are like, yeah, of course Gannon didn't have any like leg to stand on, and so we're glad that that happened. But what I'm surprised about is um, how the like how it's gonna work with having Monty stay. A lot of people were like, "Oh, Gannon goes, Monty's gonna go too." But Monty staying, I think Bidwell has more trust in him. But what do you guys think about that
Adam, go ahead.
with Monty leaving and or staying? And
Yeah, and I was just gonna touch on that actually is I'm about 95% happy with where the Cardinals at. The 5% that isn't happy is the fact that Monty Ossenfort's staying. Now, I think honestly what saved his job is the fact that he and I've been tough on him, but honestly he hasn't drafted horrendously.
Hmm.
Um, but they've gotten injured, and that's why his drafts look so bad. And then a couple of the first round draft picks haven't panned out yet, but I wouldn't say necessarily we're scapegoating it, but obviously player development is lacking, and also the training side of our players and staying healthy for a 17, pretty much an 18-week season. You know, I think that played into the factor of keeping Monty Ossenfort is okay. Let's get different coaching staff, strength and conditioning in here. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. You have a good draft with a pretty stacked draft, not for quarterback, but all other positions. See how that pans out. Now, if that fails and you get new coaching staff and these players fail and they essentially start to develop as busts, then it's like, all right, maybe we need to move on from you. So
Hmm.
yeah,
we'll see.
that
We'll
makes
see what
sense.
happens with that.
Yeah, I think too, one thing why we kept Monty was the continuity thing. I think, like you said, Rick, I don't think Bidwell wanted to fire Gannon, but there was too much pointing, damning him to
Hmm.
fire him this year that you had to. And I think Michael Bidwell likes the continuity of having a general manager that he can trust. Because if we had to do the same thing again and fire both our GM and head coach, now we have to first
Find a
hire
GM.
a GM and then a coach. I think the biggest plus to having Monty instead of him being fired is we can start right away at looking at head coaching
Yeah.
people and get on the ball versus we need to find a GM.
Yeah,
Um, so I think Michael Bidwell trusts Mike Monty a lot and he likes what he can do. So he's like, I'm not gonna fire him just yet. But this
yeah,
is this is Monty Williams' Monty Austin Fort's
yeah.
last chance at being a GM for sure.
Yeah, and as a GM, you don't really get multiple chances. So this is his coach. Like this is gonna be his coach to hire. And if he shoots, blanks, then he's gone. But I'm really excited for him because, like Adam said, his drafts have been really good. I gave him an A draft for last year. It's just like he said, the injuries have plagued us.
And the
So if
coaching.
we can, yeah, if we can hopefully make sure we're healthy and then actually not regress with our picks like MHJ and Cody Simon, Will Johnson, all those guys, if they can just progress slowly, if not faster, then yeah, that coaching is going to be immensely helpful. And and we'll actually
Yeah.
have a playoff team, hopefully.
Yeah.
My
Boy
my
go ahead,
toxic
Adam.
trait is that I wanted Steve Keim back. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted him back. I
He
wanted him
always made the
back.
big splashes, man.
I know, I know. I love his draft style and
Yeah.
his trade style. You know
Yeah.
me. So
He was
Exactly.
definitely he was definitely big splash kind of guy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um, one thing before we go into coach talk, because we're gonna go into that way deep. I want to just go and talk about the season, boys, because this is the finale. The Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals, ended the season 3-14. We tied the worst franchise record. Actually, no, we got the worst actually because they added
Yeah, in
17
Worse.
games.
franchise
Yeah.
So
history.
in franchise history, we've never lost more, and so we've had the worst season of all time.
And
What are
then we
your
tied with all the NFL teams that
yeah
are basically
that
top
are
four,
one,
I
two,
think.
and three?
Yeah.
Hmm. What are your guys' biggest takeaways from this season? And I want both your most negative and then also one positive.
Yeah, I would say most negative, honestly, just I mean, Junior mentioned the regression of our players, other than Trey McBride, right? But mostly, I guess I would point at Kyler Murray, right? The regression of Kyler Murray and the offense in general this year just absolutely atrocious. The
Hmm.
defense was giving us opportunity after opportunity, which is why we lost all these close games. It wasn't because our offense was scoring a bunch, because our defense was holding them. And
Hmm.
our offense just dropped the ball, and it was just unbelievable. In regards to positive notes, I think the Cardinals found a wide receiver one in Michael Wilson. I mean, sometimes injuries happen in sports and somebody just flowers in that moment. And I think Michael Wilson is an example of this. I'm hoping MHJ takes the next step next year. That's one of the things we just kind of spoke on. But definitely, I think Michael Wilson's a wide receiver one. He definitely reminds me of Amon-Ra St. Brown. So
Hmm.
as long as he stays healthy. So
Right.
The crazy thing is Michael Wilson. We were all scared that he had to move to wide receiver one
yeah,
when MHJ got injured. We were like, man, there goes our games. Like MHJ is out, we're gonna suck. But Michael just blossomed, bro. And like you said, it's actually eye popping how we're like, wait, we've had Michael. This is his third season, and we just got him to 1,000 yards now. So
Hmm.
it's like we need an offensive coordinator that can capitalize on all this talent instead of just like wasting it away. Because before he'd be catching 2 of 2 or 3 of 3 catches and always like a one-hander on third down or something. And we're like, yo, Michael Wilson's good. Why can't we get him the ball? So I'm hoping next year, when we do have a new head coaching OC, that we can have a like a good way to. He probably will be wide receiver one, but a good way
Hmm.
to implement all of our players. And I think MXJ is gonna benefit from being our wide receiver too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's gonna
What
be good for him to learn.
What is your biggest takeaway from this season, Eric?
Sorry, I definitely was loving on Michael Wilson, and I'm happy about that.
Glazing. I'm just
It
kidding.
has glazing that. But yeah, I think the biggest disappointment of the year was just how much expectations we had coming in. It was definitely even Vegas wanted us winning to be in the playoffs, and we were well short of that. And so having those expectations being in the 3-year rebuild with a coach that we thought was, our guy, it was definitely disappointing to lose by 40 points or more multiple times. Adam was bringing up offense. I was so sad about the defense. Like we lost our second half 9 games in a row, and then we had a couple 40 burgers put on us, and then almost 5 40 burgers. So like even though we had great talent on our defense, and that's all we put our free agency and our draft was just defense. And we were not fighting. We weren't like the Panthers. We weren't like the Browns, where you're like, oh, we know our offense sucks, but we're like fighting like a dog fight. It was just like I felt like we gave up, and that's when you lose the team, and that's when Gannon kind of lost his coaching
Hmm.
position. So yeah, that was very disappointing on the defensive side, and I want to see more of a progression from Jalen Thompson, Buda Baker, and all of our captains on defense next year because we're a scary defense. We should be a no-fly zone,
Hmm.
especially with all of our corners that we have, the young bucks. So if we get someone like a Brian Flores or Robert Sala, I know, dude, we're gonna be like the new Seahawks of the Legion of Boom, and I get excited about that. But long story short, that was the biggest disappointment, the biggest like the happiest thing that I thought about this year was seeing the progression of Trey McBride. He was the most receptions for a tight end in the year in
History.
record in history, and it's only getting better. And he got second place for most receptions and in receptions, right, including
Mhm.
wide
Yeah.
receivers.
Puka Nakua beat
So
him out in the last game.
Mhm.
yeah, so yeah, I'm just glad for Trey McBride. He's such a you know key cornerstone to our team that it's gonna help just center our new quarterback, hopefully, that we can get and to make our team that more viable in the NFC West.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Adam?
I forget, to be
Oh,
quite
okay.
honest. Oh, I
No.
was gonna
Oh yeah.
say Thompson is actually a free agent. We have to
We
re-sign
had to
him.
re-sign him.
Oh,
And
okay,
then
that's a big
also
one.
Michael Wilson said this own stat where he was like he didn't think he would be in the situation to get 1,000 yards because I think through the first 5 games he only had like 50 yards,
Oh wow,
which is
Dang.
crazy. So
and he
So
essentially
he
caught
got
up
through
so
hella
quick.
yards.
12 games he got a thousand
1,000 yards.
yards.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That is
He
crazy.
that's potential for next season, man.
Yeah.
No, I agree with both y'all boys that the biggest this is a really disappointing season. It was hella disappointing because we started a podcast, you know what I mean? And we've always wanted to. We we didn't specifically start it because we thought we'd be good this year. We just did it because we've been talking about making a podcast. It just so happens that we did a podcast throughout one of the worst
The
seasons of
worst.
Cardinals history. It's crazy. At least we can look back at it. We documented it. I remember just going to certain games this year and just being freaking devastated,
Depressed.
bro,
I
depressed.
guess.
Me and Adam were at that Titans game, and now that's going
And the
down in
Seahawks.
history, and the Seahawks game. Those are going down in history as some of the worst losses we've ever had, and I can't believe that even happened. DeMarcado, we won that game, bro. Hold the ball. I'll never let you live that down, bro. But yeah, I think that was the biggest disappointment to me was me. I invested myself and money into going to these games because I did it prior to the season, so I had no idea we were going to be this bad.
Yeah.
Me and Adam bought tickets to the Seahawks game way before it even we were where
August, I
we were
think.
at. Yeah, in August, and it is what it is. I still support my team, win or lose. It's just disappointing that we had to live through it, I guess, as fans.
It
But
was
I guess it makes us
embarrassing that
stronger.
we were sitting in Seattle, surrounded by these
Yes.
Seahawks fans, completely getting destroyed.
Hey,
And
remember when Trey McBride scored the touchdown and we were cheering and it was like crickets, bro? I've never experienced that because I've never been to
it
an
was
away game.
crazy.
And Trey McBride's like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then everyone's
And
like
no one was
staring at
saying.
me,
Everyone's
and I
like,
was
"Shut
like,
the
oh shit, I
fuck
should
up."
shut the fuck up because it's 35-7. Shut up,
Dude, the
Seth.
worst part about Seattle was Laura was making friends with Seattle fans. And
Yes,
Oh,
she was
no.
fucking rage baiting me, dude. I was
she
like, I'm
was.
about to freaking lose it on you.
Mm-hmm,
Come
mm-hmm.
on, dude.
My
But it was
God.
also a great experience because, man,
It was.
y'all 12s, y'all brought it. I can't imagine what that's going to be like this weekend in the
In
playoffs.
the
Or
Oh
they have
my
a
playoffs.
bye.
gosh.
They have a
Number one
bye, so
seed,
next
dang.
Yeah.
week,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be exciting for them. And I hope and aspire the Cardinals to be like that one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon, right? So, but that's my biggest letdown this season was, being very well invested in this season and getting let down that way. And then the biggest takeaway would also be Michael Wilson and Trey. But to I guess piggyback off that and not have to pick your guys's, um, I guess maybe the Josh Sweat, fucking
Oh,
amazing.
he went off.
He went
Really good
crazy,
free
and I
agency.
can't believe he got snubbed for an All Pro.
Oh, I
Like he
know.
even called it out in an interview. He's like, "This is one of my best seasons in my career," and I didn't even get mentioned. And he's been an All Pro before. I thought maybe in the Eagles,
Yeah, it's because all the East Coast teams get all the love,
all the
brother.
love.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
Unless you're
so
literally breaking records, you're not going to get.
Mm-hmm.
not so hot take. Take Pro Bowl voting
Out.
out of the hands of the people.
Fans.
Like put it
Yeah.
into the players' hands. Put it
Hmm.
into
Coaches.
maybe executive hands, but
Dude,
definitely coaches' hands. Like
you see the most voting or the most votes was given to Travis Kelsey like off the bat. And you're like, dude, he had the
trash.
shittiest year
Yeah.
this year. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
He made the
And
Pro
so
Bowl.
I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure.
sure because he's his wife. Look at his wife, buddy. his wifey,
The Swifty
Taylor
It's
fans.
Swifty,
unbelievable, dude.
millions and millions of followers. So yeah,
Hey, and
you
I
know,
love Buda Baker. He had a big regression this year, and he's an All Pro. So that
He
tells you
shouldn't
something.
have been. He shouldn't
Yeah,
All
have been.
Pro.
he's All Pro. He's a Pro Bowler this year.
Oh,
Oh,
Pro
I thought
Bowler,
you,
not All Pro.
okay.
Okay,
They said All
sorry,
Pro.
sorry, not All
I was like,
Pro.
I was
I
about to
think
say All Pro. That's crazy.
damn.
if he is, you're like, we got an All Pro. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no.
No, I
Trey
think
McBride
Trey
should
McBride
be an
is.
All
I
Pro.
think Trey's
He
all
should
pro.
be. He
You
should
think
Trey's
be.
all
Michael
pro.
Wilson makes like second team?
I think he makes
Maybe.
He
Pro Bowl.
should.
He should, but
Oh,
I
he
think
I
he
don't
makes
should
think
make
Pro
he
Pro
Bowl.
does
Bowl.
though. I don't think he
All
does.
Pro is a little tough because you got JSN, you got Nakua, you got a
Oh,
bunch of
that's
crazy
true. I
guys.
mean, we got a stacked division
Yeah.
just of
Yeah,
receivers, so I get that.
All
but
right, boys.
Pro
So
Bowler would be pretty good.
that
Yeah.
that recapped us and the season. Great season. Cards, as in y'all sucked. I can't say
Thanks for
you had a
giving us a
great
third
season.
pick,
Yeah,
because if we
Thanks for the
didn't,
third
we'd be
pick.
pissed.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also thanks for the memories of being depressed. Appreciate that,
I
boys.
Same.
know.
Because we can only get better, right? And
You can only go up from here. So
You can't get worse than this, man. Because if we
um,
get worse, I'm gonna start wearing a brown bag during our podcast, bro.
yeah.
dude,
And
for real.
we're gonna save coaches for the final segment because we're gonna talk about that for a while. So we'll knock out these two ones. The next one is the state of the franchise. What do you guys think is the overall assessment of our roster and our culture, and also do people still buy in?
I mean, the thing is that we have the players to develop a culture. I think that the players stopped believing in Gannon, and we had a cajillion injuries. I've never seen an injury riddled team like this ever in the NFL. I've seen it in basketball, in the NBA, because there's 15 players on a team. We had
I had
15
played
players
tons of
injured for
games.
one game with the Cardinals.
Hmm.
That's insanity. I've never seen it like that. Um, it's like in high school when it's like the trash team going against the best team, and it's
Yeah.
like the end of the year, and the best players on the trash team are like, I'm not playing against Williamsfield to lose 78-0. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
doing that, you
So they're
know?
just gonna let him, walk over him.
Yeah. So
That's probably why the scores were so lopsided in the second half. Because, like you said, the first half it was a bunch of one-score games, so it
yeah.
didn't make sense how they could just change from one half of the season to like just laying down. But now it makes sense. Like you said, the culture probably like shifted where they're like, "We suck. I'm not gonna buckle up. I'm not gonna get prepared because we suck."
Yeah, exactly. And I don't
Um,
even think it's like the change of quarterback. I don't even think it's the DiMccardo, like when Gannon punched him. Honestly, it's just hard to pinpoint. I
I think
think
the kept
really
them to
go
keep
ahead.
losing. Yeah, the consecutive losses probably like made it snowball.
Honestly, once you lose by 42, I mean that's tough, like, to just recover, and then you do it twice in a row, and then 3 times in a row, and then 4 out of 5 weeks? That's insanity.
Yo, Seth, your
Plug in your
mic's off.
headphones.
Anyways, I was trying to say too was the culture I liked that Gannon had was he did have like a culture of stability with the within the team. All of them felt like a brotherhood. And so I do think a new coach coming in doesn't have to do so much what's it called? Like damage control, so to say.
Yeah,
They just have to come in and just be the guy and make decisions. But the team does have a culture, and like you saw, they started to have better off season or not non Sunday factors. Like they get free meals now. They get this. They're building a new stadium, first training facility. So there's a lot of good that's coming off the season, and that Gannon did do. So
yeah,
yeah, I think a new coach is going to be really happy.
yeah,
Can you guys hear me again?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. I think it at some point Gannon lost that locker room, especially with all those losses, and our defense looked so good at the beginning in the first half, and I feel like they stopped playing because they're like we suck or they don't trust their coaching. I don't know, but
Yeah.
next thing I wanted to bring up is real quick, who was your guys' MVP of the season, and then like who what point of the season broke the season? Like what was that moment where like, oh, this is it, like we suck because of that?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we both agree that Josh Sweat is the defensive MVP and McBride is the offensive.
That's
So
the
I,
only right one, I think.
Super
yeah,
easy. Yeah.
yeah. I don't. I mean, that's what me and Junior were just talking about. I don't know what the exact breaking point was, not only for like the coaching, but also just our season in general. Because you can't say it was Kyler. You can't
Mhm.
say that the Titans game is our breaking points and the fact that it hit him in the face and then he injured his foot somehow. You know, like hey, that was Froholt's fault. Just by the
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
everybody tries to blame Kyler because it hit him in the face mask. No, that is the center's fault. It happens probably week to week, at least once or twice. It happens. It is what it is. But I don't think there's a moment, one specific moment that is like a breaking point. I think it was just, hey, now we're losing. We're supposed to be here. Now we're losing, and then it's here, and it just you
Took off.
realize as a team how far away you are from what your expectations were. That eventually you're like, damn, I just got to start preparing for next year. Let me make sure I'm healthy and like get to it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the turning point for me was when Kyler Murray got hit in the head with the football. Bro,
Damn.
it looks so embarrassing, bro. It's like he's like trying to call a play, he's like, oh, and then he goes off and sits on the bench, and then they're like, oh, he's kind of injured. I was like, for what? Like, it's a non-contact injury, I guess. And
Yeah.
from there, it just went downhill fast after that. So, and then obviously, benching Kyler Murray. I mean, I get at the time you wanted to win and he wasn't giving us that much juice. But
But
I
then you
will
found
say the
out
OC was not giving us good calls. He was not doing good plays to get playmakers, out there. So yeah, Kyler Murray didn't get a fair shake, but yeah, go play it, ball out another franchise.
I mean, it's another reason why I'm pissed off at Austin for it, though. How I've mentioned a few times, Jonah Williams and Beecham are absolutely dog shit. Why don't you go get
Hmm.
a right tackle? Like, give away a third round pick if you think this year you're going to have a chance for playoffs and you have a good defense, obviously. Go get a freaking right tackle. There's
Yeah.
plenty of backups who should be starters. Like, what are you
Mhm.
doing? But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, and I think th for me, I feel like the biggest takeaway was when we lost to the Seahawks. I feel like people just stopped like the next week, like we did try it. I think the next week was the Titans.
Yeah, I was.
But I mean, I feel like that Seahawks game was the game to get right. Like it was like everybody was like, if we can
We
win this
barely
game, we're
lost to the
back in.
Niners.
We barely lost the
Yeah.
Niners. We're still in the NFC West race. Like, and then that first half with Kyler throwing the pick because MHJ didn't run the right route, and then just that first half of not ever like the offense not doing anything but defense staying strong, and then the second half same thing.
Catching up.
The third quarter, we didn't do much until like it was like the end of the third, going in the fourth. Finally, Kyler's like making shit happen like old school
Murray
ways.
Magic.
Murray magic. We come back basically to force overtime, and then Chad Ryland just kicks it. Fucking doesn't kick it in the landing zone. Landing zone. They get to the
Well, also
35.
poor missed coaching for
Yeah,
the overtime too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that loss to the Seahawks was like the turning point of the season. And then we were supposed to get right against the Titans. That didn't work.
Oh
I
my God, it just got
and
worse.
that made it that just continued the turning point. But I do think you can really see a big difference from the Cardinals playing versus the Seahawks versus the Titans. It was like we were still like trying our ass off to win games, and then like we slowly tapered off going
Yeah.
forward.
Hmm.
I think
Um,
like if you look in the definition of NFL football how to lose, the Cardinals are there because we lost in different ways every single week for 14 of 15
Hmm.
weeks. It was insane.
Hmm.
it was wild, and the no call Trey McBride Colts touchdown that
Bullshit.
was or
Hmm.
PI that should have put us on the one, and we should have beat the Colts when they were hot.
Or when you're winning and it's fourth down to get the game winning field goal, you're throwing Xavier Weaver, who
Oh my
probably isn't
Oh,
going to
against
be
God.
the
on the team
Jags.
next year. Yeah, it's the Jags. There's so many times we could have won. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I guess that's why you guys are right. There's no one moment to point out that we sucked or that turned the season, but like We sucked.
'Cause they gave us hope at the beginning of the year, and then we're ass all of a sudden, so.
Mm-hmm. That brings us, boys, to the best part of what we wanted to talk today. So Jonathan Gannon got fired for good reason. There's so many coaching hires out there. I'm gonna start off because we all got a lot to say. Um, we're let's just go. I'm just gonna shoot out my top 4 candidates. All right, for head coach hire.
Wait. We should all also agree on a Desert Dynasty top 5
Yes, you're right.
coaches.
You're
Top
right. You're
5?
right.
Okay.
All of us have to
Yeah,
agree on this
yeah, yeah,
top
yeah.
5.
I agree. I agree with that. So
Okay.
for mine, I'll do mine real quick first. Number 1, I want John Harbaugh. That's kind of easy. I think that's all of our number 1s. 2 is Robert Saleh. I know that's a hot take. He's the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. And then number 3 right now, Clint Kubiak. I actually tie Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator, and Robert Saleh together. I like both of them equally. Don't get it twisted. He's at 3, but he could be 2. Number 4 for me is what's his face from now I'm drawing blanks.
Just tell me the team and I'll
Mike
tell you.
McCarthy.
Oh yeah,
4
Mike
is Mike McCarthy,
Oh.
and then 5 is am I missing someone, boys? Do I only
Todd
have 4?
Bowles. Do you only have
Todd
4?
I
Bowles
mean, there's a
wasn't
whole
fired.
bunch.
He was retained.
Fired.
Yeah.
Damn it.
5, I guess I'd put no one. That's my 4.
Okay. My top 4, I really would like. Actually, let's not say John Harbaugh because everyone wants him,
Well, he's our
right?
number 1. We're just gonna say
Yeah,
He's number
everyone.
1.
That's
So
our number
he's
name
1.
number
4
one.
other
He's number
ones.
1.
Yes, so name
Okay,
4
4 other
others.
ones. I really would like Brian Flores, defensive
Okay,
coordinator for the
he's my 5.
Vikings.
He's my 5.
Guy is a baller. He was a baller with Dolphins too, and he could bring in a good OC like Brian Dable from New York Giants. So, bro, you got a crazy defensive head coach again, but you're bringing in a good OC like Dable, and that would be just a perfect pairing and heavy.
So he's number 2
Um,
for you.
Dable, I'm not saying his
No,
head
no,
coach.
not Dable. Sorry, I said
Oh, but Brian
Flores.
Flores. I would
Harbaugh,
I
Flores.
would put Salah over
Okay, so
Flores.
Harbaugh, Saleh,
Uh, I would say the most I want is an experienced head coach. So I really want Mike
Mike
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
He is just like Sean Payton, but he doesn't get that much love. He won a Super Bowl. He
Yeah.
won 12 plus games multiple times. His winning percentage is outrageous. And he just had to go into the biggest freaking franchises in the NFL with Green Bay and Cowboys. So
Hmm.
like come to the Cardinals, bro, and we're not gonna complain. We're all gonna be grateful for you. So Mike McCarthy, and then I would say um I really like what's it called? The Clint Kubiak just because he has his father was a head coach and played in the NFL and he showed Sam Darnold's played amazing. And the Seahawks are number 1 seed. So yeah, I do like him. And you want to like kind of like take from the NFC West because they're the best
He's a
division in
good
football.
young offensive mind right now. Clint
Right.
Kubiak.
Hmm.
Adam.
Yeah, for me, I kind of had to change the heart on him, and I put it in our chat earlier in the week or yesterday. Robert Saleh, if he comes and he can bring in an offensive coordinator who's
Yes.
established and is very good, I'm down with Robert Saleh because he didn't have that when he was in the Jets. And after I did my research, I found that out. So Robert Saleh is my number 2 easily.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, boys. My number 3 is Mike LaFleur, the
Oh, from
OC.
Oh,
for the
Mike LaFleur.
Rams.
He's the OC for the Rams. He's under the coaching tree. He started under Dan Quinn. Actually, he started as a graduate, or pretty much like a new guy at the Browns for 1 year, and then he was under Dan Quinn when he was at the Falcons. After the Falcons, he went to the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan as a passing game coordinator. And then he went to there might be a team in between, I forget. But then he went to the Rams, and now he's under McVay as the offensive coordinator.
Hmm.
I mean, and he's the son of the current Green Bay Packers head coach.
Matt
So,
LaFleur.
and he has more coaching experience and offensive coordinator experience than the Kubiak guy. So, personally, I just like him a lot because of the coaching tree. I'm a big guy on on the
Yeah.
coaching tree thing. So that's big for me. So those are my 2 and 3. I'm gonna say Brian Flores because I think he deserves a chance as a head coach,
Mm-hmm.
and his defenses are dogs year in and year out. Um, I'm gonna say McCarthy just for the fact that he shows he can win. I'm a little hesitant though because I think he's only won a Super Bowl once, and that was with Aaron Rodgers going God mode. So I mean that's the only thing. He's had teams on teams on
Hey,
teams. So
counterpoint to that is Sean Payton only won one Super Bowl with Drew
Freeze.
Brees.
that's true.
He only won one Super Bowl with Drew Brees, and he gets all the love. So why doesn't Mike
But
Yeah.
he
McCarthy get the
goes to the
love?
NFC Championship a lot, and Mike McCarthy only went to the
He went to a
Yeah.
championship
couple with Green Bay.
only 2, I think,
He lost
because he
one.
always lost to us.
Yeah, that's right, in the
I think
divisional
the
Always
good
round.
lost
thing
to
about him,
us.
though,
That's
the
right.
good thing
You're
about
right.
him though is he did go playoffs all the time, and
He
Hey,
did,
and
and
we
that's why
have
he's
made
number 5
playoffs.
for
he
me.
averaged 12 wins a season, bro. That's a nuts
That is really
average.
good. That is really
Yeah.
good. That's
So
and
he proven winner. He's a proven winner.
yeah,
Not
facts.
not a clutch, I guess, but um but yeah, I'm not saying Mike McCarthy's my number one at all. I would actually rather have one of the coordinators from San Fran and Seahawks. One of the
One
Salah
of
and the
those two.
Kubiak.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say about Mike LaFleur, Adam, is he, in my opinion, he's gonna get the love that one coordinator got from Andy Reid. What was that guy's name?
Matt
Um,
Nagy.
no, the one before that. He got a job,
Oh,
offensive
I know
coordinator.
who you're talking about.
The black guy.
Black dude. Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
forget his name.
That's what I think of Mike LaFleur. He's benefiting off of Sean McVay's play calling. Because he doesn't call the plays. Sean McVay calls the plays. Um, and I just, yeah, I think he needs a little
The
more
reason
time before I give it to him.
I was gonna say the reason I don't want Michael Flores is because it's the same thing as Kingsbury, just like a really hot shot, new up and coming OC. We already
Hmm.
did that, so I really just want someone that's proven. It would suck if Mike Flores goes off somewhere else, but
Yeah,
as a Cardinals fan right now, we've been through it. We've been through 3 coaches in the last 5 years or
We
whatever.
want a
So,
proven.
so we want just a proven guy that can come in, whether it be 5 years or longer, that can just set a foundation for the future, like a John Harbaugh, Mike McCarthy, Brian Flores, Robert Saleh, all those guys that's been head coaches before, because then they can set the standard and they don't have
yeah,
to be like, oh, we don't know how to do it because we've never done it before.
yeah.
So
The
just someone
only,
proven.
the only, because I see what you guys are saying, where like he's not proven, as in he's like
He's
assisting
kind
in
of like
calling the
Nick
plays,
Rallis.
but
He's
he's
like
not
Nick
actually.
Rallis. Actually, Nick Rallis was
Nick
calling
Rallis called the
plays.
whole thing. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he didn't necessarily call the plays, but he had influence on calling the plays and the playbook and setting up a game plan and stuff like that. But he didn't necessarily call them. So I do get your guys' point of that, but I wouldn't compare him to Cliff Kingsbury because Kingsbury had 0 NFL experience,
Hmm.
and this
Before
guy
John Harbaugh.
has experience since like
Well,
2013.
the thing about
So
Mike is
that's the only difference.
he doesn't have head coaching experience, and
Right.
Kingsbury did in
Right.
college. Not saying
So
it's
I
NFL,
think
but
if I were to reorder, he'd probably be my number 5 guy, just for that
yeah.
simple fact. Now that you guys say that, but
He's definitely better than Lou Anarumo or
Oh
like
yeah. Or
fucking
Matt
Kevin
Nagy or Vance
Stefanski or Matt.
Joseph.
okay,
Yeah,
I
Get him
will
out.
say I kind of feel bad for Vance Joseph and the Weaver guy from the Dolphins, the DC, because
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think they're part of that. You know how for head coaching vacancies you're required to interview
The Rooney
2.
rule. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rooney Rule. I forget what it's called, like the
Hmm.
terms of it, but you have to interview minorities essentially,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I think that rule is dumb though because
Well,
they're
my
qualified
thing
candidates. So
with the Rooney rules, man, hire Robert Saleh. He's
yeah,
He is
literally
minority.
yeah, he's a minority.
Arabic, right?
And yeah, he's Arabic, so um we can easily get past that. But I
I
do
wouldn't.
think Adam's
Oh,
right
sorry.
that they're getting interviewed because,
It's
diversity
sad.
I was
counts.
gonna say I wouldn't be pissed off about Vance Joseph. We already kind of experienced him. We know how he is.
I didn't like his
Uh,
defense. I hated it. It
and
was
look
under
at him. Look
Cliff,
at him with the
but
Broncos. Look at him with the Broncos.
Sean
That's all
Payton,
I gotta
come on.
say.
That's all I gotta say.
No, no way that's Sean Payton. That's
Sean
definitely
Payton
all Vance
influences a
Joseph.
team.
Okay, but still, Vance Joseph's the one calling the shots, and he's got the talent. Vance Joseph had a bag of chips, bro, and apples. When he was
Vance
coaching here,
Vance Joseph has
Kingsbury
Patrick
had a
Surtain.
shit defense. All I said is Kingsbury had a shit defense when Vance Joseph was here. He's
Ricky,
a good coach. You
tell
gotta
me right
open
now.
your eyes,
Tell
bro.
me right
Vance
now you
Joseph's
would be
not that
happy with the
bad.
Vance Joseph hire. Tell me right now.
I'd be
You'd
I'd
be
be happy
happy.
with. Listen, I'd be happy if Robert Saleh, John Harbaugh, Mark McCarthy, I'll follow up those three guys. If they're like, hey, I don't want to play for coach for you guys,
Uh
I'll be happy. I'm not saying he's
okay,
my number
what
one
it
pick, but I still think he's better than Lou Anarumo,
oh yeah,
that
Matt
Dolphins
Nagy.
guy,
Matt Nagy.
fucking
So
Nat
is he
Nagy.
in your top 5 or is he like
No.
6?
He's probably a little bit out of it at 6, but I'm just saying he's not a bad option. I do see him better than other coaching. And I do think he's gonna get an opportunity this year. So I'm like saying, don't fucking stink away fucking uh our good coach Vance Joseph that we know personally as a Cardinals coach because of like the past teams that sucked. Now that
Yeah.
we have Will Johnson, now that we have a good solid foundation, maybe he might be good. But I'm just saying, just like don't close
You're
your eyes to
right.
that.
You're right in into the terms of like never burn a bridge
Yeah,
because you never want to burn bridges. And we did have him and I think he did have some good
he had like
influence on our
13th
defense. I mean
in defensive
he
team.
raised Zach Allen to be Zach Allen.
Yeah,
So it is what it is. I think he wouldn't be a bad hire. I love these
you
other
like a
coaches
lot of
so
other
much
guys.
more that I'd be a little disappointed that we didn't hit on them.
They definitely have to say no to us before you like move on.
Exactly.
You know where he should go? And it would kind of be funny. What if Vance Joseph goes to the Raiders as a head coach, and then he has Cliff Kingsbury as his OC, kind of like a role reversal? That would be
That'd be
hilarious.
nuts.
I would
I
freaking
think
Yeah,
die
you're right
laughing.
though, Adam. I think you said at the
a
beginning of the
reunion.
podcast, I think the Raiders are gonna hire Cliff as the head coach and
Honestly,
then draft
it would
Dante
be
Moore.
smart. I mean, and you give him a quarterback to build up. Think I think Dante Moore is think Kyler Murray except taller. Like literally,
Taller.
all we needed Kyler Murray to be was taller, and
Yeah,
he's the best
Exactly.
quarterback or top 5 in the league. So
Exactly. Nah, but I'm excited. I think we all came up. I'm just gonna name it the Desert Dynasty head coachings. Number one's Harbaugh. Number two is Robert Saleh. Number three is a tie between was it
Mike
Mike
McCarthy.
McCarthy or
Mike
Clint?
McCarthy and Clint. Yeah,
And then they're interchangeable. Four is Clint and Mike McCarthy. It just depends on the day, right? And then
yeah,
five is Brian Flores.
Brian
yeah.
Flores, yeah.
Cool.
And let's hope we can get Brian Dabble somewhere. Sneak him in there, dude.
Yes.
Man,
That's our
he's
OC.
my number 6, I think, as a head coach. But OC, he's my number 1 target right now.
Do you guys think that Mike McDaniel get fired? Or no?
No,
No,
They retained him? That's
yeah, because
nuts.
they're
I
gonna
mean,
get rid of Tua Tagovailoa
Tagovailoa. Oh,
and
that's right.
Ewers, however the hell you say his name.
He did
He low
okay.
key went off after
That's
his
good.
one bad start. He low key went off like the last 2 games.
I mean, Mike McDaniel's a great coach, and we saw that. He literally took this shit team and he
Oh my
continued to fight.
gosh.
So, like, I would have been surprised if they fired him, to be honest.
I think he
But
learned his lesson with Tyreek Hill too. Like you can't go get divas because at the end of the day, even if they have one crazy year and it's like, oh, they're worth it, the next year they're gonna bitch and complain, and then if they
Antonio
get an
Brown.
injury, then you're just wasting money.
yeah,
So
Sick. Well,
yeah.
um, I'm excited for the future,
did I
obviously,
say
because we're
Antonio
going.
Brown?
I said Antonio Brown because
Oh,
he's
okay.
just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
The Antonio Brown effect, where he was so good at Steelers and then he just was a
And then he
diva,
beat his
went to the
wife and
Raiders,
I'm just kidding.
Tampa
That's
Bay.
sad.
Yeah, that was Tyreek, I think,
Tyreek,
too.
yeah.
Um, but I'm excited. I really think the Cardinals can land a great coach. We have a decent a decent landing spot, I think. The Cardinals have a good roster. I think something to build with. We don't have a quarterback, but you get a chance this offseason to work with
Number
one
3 pick.
with the number 3 pick if you want to pick one. Or we're not expecting you to come in and turn the franchise around in one season. I hope people
Yeah,
know that. You're going to get a couple years.
I still want
The
the compete next
expectations,
year
Adam,
though.
next year isn't playoff or bust. It's just progress.
Okay, yeah. I would
Yeah.
say be in wild card contention until the last week or
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with what Adam's thinking because this is what PHNX says: is we compete next year,
Yeah.
compete, and try to see if we can go playoffs. And but we're still gonna give you another year if there's some kind of like shit that
Yeah.
happens, shit hit the fan. But I still do think we should at least try to vie for a wild card
Oh,
spot next year.
100%. That's the
Yeah,
goal, and that's it. But it's not an expectation, I don't think. Like this year was an expectation.
Yeah.
you're right.
Um, but yeah, so I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. All of you listeners out there still listening, this is the finale. So, we are going to take a break, right, during the playoffs. So enjoy the playoffs, whoever you're rooting for. Obviously, it's not the Cardinals. We're going for NFC West, just because we're homers, right? At least I am. Are you guys going for other teams? I usually go for
Jags.
NFC West
I
teams.
want I want the Jags to win.
Jaguars? Ooh.
Yeah, just because I like Trevor Lawrence. Everyone always shout on him, and now he's having a good season. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really happy about that.
Yeah, I like the Jags in that way, but I hope the Bills win it. To be
Yeah, me
quite
too.
honest, I would love the Buffalo Bills to win
I
it.
don't think they got it on them.
Defense is
Ooh,
bad. That's the only thing. Their defense is
Honestly,
atrocious.
this is a take for the playoffs. I think NFC West wins the Super Bowl easily. You look at that game between
Seahawks
Seattle
look
and
so good.
LA,
They look so
dude,
good.
that's the Super Bowl. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's going to be the NFC West Championship. Whoever
NFC
wins that
Championship.
game is going to go against the cakewalk AFC. I'm saying it here on
Yeah.
on the podcast. The AFC is not challenging this year. Look at the, I'm sorry to say it, but the Jags, bro, you're not a fucking Super Bowl contender. You're not. We went overtime with y'all, and we
Yeah,
suck.
and we're 3-14.
We suck.
Hey, but
So
they were still finding themselves going into the game against
you don't
us.
find
And after
yourselves halfway through this
after
season, bro.
hey, every
They know
single
they
team
suck.
found themselves against the Cardinals. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. Everybody got to get right game against us this season.
Seth was just a big homer. I still think AFC has a lot to play for, and Jags are going to be good. I still think Bills are always going to be viable, and
The
and
only
also
AFC team I trust is the Chargers, bro. Justin Herbert.
yeah, they're
yeah,
Bo
good.
but
Nix,
he's
dog.
hurt.
You know
He
who
hurt
I
his
trust?
hand.
Who?
Damn. You know who I
Herbert.
trust in AFC? Steelers, bro. Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. You can
Oh, because it's
never
Aaron
bet, or
Rodgers.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
never not bet on Aaron Rodgers in the
Damn.
playoffs. He is scary, especially
yeah,
in the cold. He's
yeah.
gonna be
Hey,
good,
and they
bro.
go against the Bills, right? On
Yeah,
Saturday or
I think
Sunday?
so. That's gonna be
Dude,
fun.
Bills have a big test week one or
Yeah.
game
They
one in
do.
the
Well, that's
playoffs.
the thing. It's gonna have to be a shootout, but I think it's the perfect game for a shootout because the Bills defense is not that good. Aaron Rodgers is in playoff mode. He does what he does. And then
Yeah,
Josh Allen does what Josh Allen does. And the
Josh
Steelers
Allen's
This
a
could be
defense,
fun
beast.
it's really going to be on the Steelers defense. Hey, can
to
you
win
hold
the
the
game.
Bills to points?
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know, or are you going to shit the bed and now
Hey,
the offense has to
I'd
do it?
be excited if I was any NFL team right now in the playoffs because
It's a
this
new
Yeah,
is
season.
anybody's year right
I
now.
know.
yeah.
Don't matter if you
Anybody's
went
win.
15-0 or
Yeah,
something. You can it's
yeah,
one it's 0-0. Everyone got to play.
exactly. So,
And for a
Yeah.
while, the Patriots were looking unbeatable, and then they got beat like 3 of
yep,
4 games or something like that. So
yeah, it's gonna
yeah,
be
it's
a
going to
great
be crazy.
postseason. We'll do our takes right now. Who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl? Um, my hot take right now is I think the Rams win the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford retires. And that's
Ooh,
my take. We'll be back when we come back season 3 and we'll see if I was right. So what
Yeah.
is
My
y'all?
hot take. My hot take is Seahawks win the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl MVP, and that boy, the white boys, will be the new
Who'd
reigning
they beat?
champs.
Who did they beat?
I think the Seahawks are going to face off with the Bills. I do really think the Bills
Nice.
are going to be really good this year.
Adam.
I think it's going to be an AFC team. It's just hard determining who it's
You
going
think
to be.
AFC is gonna win the Super Bowl? He doesn't want
Ours
to
will be like
believe.
New
He doesn't
England.
want to believe.
They're in my top 3. It's either going to be the Broncos, the Patriots, or the
The
Jaguars.
Bills.
I'm going to say I don't think the Bills are going to go just because their defense. Now that I think about it, I would like them to win, but I don't think they're going
Yeah.
to. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to say Patriots, bros. Oh my god.
Drake
Mike
May.
Vrabel. Mike Vrabel.
Oh my gosh. He deserves it though.
He
Drake
does. He
May, I
does.
can't believe in your second year or whatever. This is what's
They'd be
Hey,
the
happening.
most winningest franchise, bro. Because right now they're tied with Steelers with the Super
Steelers.
Bowls.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, hot take, they're gonna lose first round, bro. But we'll come back to that next season. Um, all right. Final burnout edition. Again, we don't have the fucking sound effect. Burnout.
We'll
Burnout
have it
is
next season for
yeah,
sure.
we'll have it next season for sure. So burnout is the segment that we ask rapid questions and get rapid reactions. I'm black. Ask. All right, Adam. One word to describe the Cardinal season. Go.
Fuck.
Rick.
Ah,
Okay, Rick. Gannon's firing. Was it too late or was it right on time?
it's right on time. You're gonna want to give the whole franchise the whole season to play
Season.
out, and that's why they call it Black Monday. Fire
Mm-hmm.
him on Black Monday.
Adam.
I mean,
I do
fucking
think they should have fired other coordinators
yeah.
though.
Too damn late, but yeah. I mean, I guess right on time. At least, I mean, honestly, with all the coaching candidates, right on time. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Adam, what's one moment that officially broke you as a fan this season?
fuck. Uh, when Trey McBride didn't get that PI call, I felt that in my soul because that shit has been my
Hell
football
yeah.
career. We never get
Mhm.
calls as big white men. It just never fucking happens, bro. It's a fucking fact. We're not bitches. We
Yo.
don't fucking bitch at the refs. So
Yeah.
fuck you,
Rick, what about
I
you?
I'll say for me,
pansies.
it's definitely the DeMarcado drop, dude. It was so pivotal in our season, and I remember watching that game, and we were so invested at the beginning of the year. It was like I'd watched everything with my heart beating, and that happened. I was cussing a storm, and I'll never
Mm-hmm.
forget that.
Yeah. Adam, who deserves the most blame for this season?
Mm. Honest, I'm gonna say Jonathan Gannon because your umbrella is all your coaches. Honestly, I'm gonna say Austin's work because all the
Shit, yeah.
coaches are
Mm.
his
Uh,
umbrella, and you could have made changes earlier and you didn't, and you could have made
yeah.
additions earlier and you didn't.
I'll say Jonathan Gannon, just because you were so loyal to a fault that you were going to go down with the ship. And so when you didn't choose on to move on from Austin or Petzing early on, that's when you were like giving up basically, in my eyes, on the team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Junior, Kyler Murray 2026. That's the question.
I think Kyler Murray's going to go thrive. I hope he goes to the Jets. Why? Because the Jets have the second overall. So they're going to have firepower. And I don't think they're going to give us a second overall, but I do think they're going to give us good uh, draft capital. So yeah, go to the Jets, buddy. Have fun with another shitty franchise. No, I'm just kidding.
Adam, Kyler Murray 2026.
Steelers starting quarterback.
Oh, because Aaron Rodgers isn't retained, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
retire.
he's a free agent. He either retires or goes somewhere else. So
Yeah. All right. Rick, would you rather next season to have 10 wins with no playoffs or 7 wins but we found the right coach?
I will say 7 wins, right coach. Just because right now we've been in this for 5 years now, this limbo of who the hell is going to lead our squad, dude. And having the right coach is going to be essential for a foundation for years to come. And like everyone wants to say we want to compete next year and be the best, but I don't expect to be the best next year, especially if we get a rookie quarterback. So I definitely want a good coach.
Yeah. Adam?
if it's 7 wins and a good coach, I'm thinking that we stayed competitive in our division. We've got a pretty hard schedule next year, to be honest.
Yeah. Second most.
So
I don't know if you saw that.
of course it fucking
Strength of
is.
schedule, we're 2. Number 1 is the Bears.
Just love that for fucking
That's
us.
crazy, especially after losing so much.
But yeah, I think good coach, and I think if we only win 7 games, we either have a rookie quarterback or we don't have another quarterback other than Brissett or another
Yeah.
random free agent. So
Yeah.
good
Mm-hmm.
coach, 7 wins.
Junior, what's your biggest offseason need this offseason?
Biggest offseason need is gonna figure out our quarterback position. First and foremost, I know we're not. Well, I don't know we're keeping Kyler Murray or not, or moving on from him, but I have a good feeling we will. So I want to make sure we have some kind of idea, whether it be through free agency or try a hot shot new rookie.
Adam, what's your biggest offseason need?
It's got to be offensive line, regardless if we've got Jacoby Brissett or any other quarterback. I mean, our offensive line is it should be in high
Atrocious.
school. So, yeah, awful.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Besides Paris,
Adam,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that
Adam,
sucks.
finish this sentence. Cardinals fans next season will be blank.
Cardinals fans next season will be optimistic.
Good. What about you, Rick?
Cardinals fans next year will be surprised.
I like
That's
that.
what I
Good
think.
takes. Good takes. The final fucking question of Burnout for season 2. Adam, season 3 of Desert Dynasty will be different because.
Ooh, dang, that's tough.
I can go first for 'em.
Yeah, go first, Jen.
Go first, Rick.
Season 3 is going to be different because we're going to provide all you listeners to more content. We are going to be more committed to making sure you guys get what you want to hear from Arizona Cardinals to all the sports in AZ. But we want to make sure you guys can, feel what we feel and be a part of the brotherhood. Be a part of the Desert Dynasty clan. And I
Community.
think season 3 is also going to be different because we're learning on the fly. This first season and second season, we've been getting better every month and hopefully every year. So yeah, I think next year is going to be exciting, packed with full content, and you guys are going to have so much more to digest. I
Yep.
think.
Adam, still fucking tough. Because he pretty much covered it. Yeah, I mean, our biggest thing for next season is having more content for you guys,
Mm-hmm.
for us to present to y'all, and up to date. I mean, right when
Mm-hmm.
it happens, right when we sign somebody, we want to let you guys know from our Desert Dynasty page. Also, there's talks right now that maybe we'll bring out a hat with our logo on it, maybe a shirt with
Mm-hmm.
our logo on it. We'll
Yeah.
dive deep into it coming
Merch.
into season 3, so
Hell
stay
yeah.
tuned.
Well, I'll answer this question too. Season 3 of Desert Dynasty will be different because of you. All of our listeners, man, with you guys, we get more confidence and it drives us to continue to show up and put in the time every single week. I mean, we enjoy it obviously as a hobby, but without you guys and our listeners, we don't have anything. And thank you guys for being here, especially the ones listening an hour into an episode. Y'all are for reals, the like real
MVPs.
ones, MVPs. Whether you're family, friends, you know us, or you don't even know us, man, we want to get to know you. So, shout out to y'all. It's gonna be great. Join the community early while we're still here. And yeah, we love y'all. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Final words, Adam and Rick.
Yeah, we just appreciate you guys tuning in and just kind of going through the growing pains from season 1 to season 2, and now I think you're going to see a big jump from season 2 to season 3 because of your guys' feedback, and because you guys have given us the confidence to want to do more and to believe in ourselves more, as a unit here at Desert Dynasty, to really be excited about next year as well. So yeah, we appreciate y'all, and yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah, next year. I mean, for now, all Desert Dynasty fans, sit back, relax, watch the playoffs, enjoy football while it's here, and hopefully we have some good football played and good Super Bowl. So we'll have a fun football season. But I know with a good team, a new head coach, we're gonna have so much fire content to bring y'all. We're excited for mock draft season. We're excited for free agency, and we're gonna bring you guys all the heat. With the heat check with Desert Dynasty. We are, Desert Dynasty. So thank you for listening and thank you for always viewing and supporting us.
Oh yeah. We love y'all. Take it easy. Have a great playoff season.
Happy.
Hopefully Indiana wins the NCAA championship or Oregon. We don't know. We don't know because we're in the past. But we'll be with y'all in season 3. Stay
Armchair
tuned.
GM in effect, season 3, baby.
Yes, sir.